it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we are going to be making a tattered lace reindeer swing card. And I have already pre-made my swing card base, and if you want to see the video on how I did that, then pop along to the blog post. If you're on YouTube, click on the link below and it will take you to the blog post. If you're on the blog post already, click off this video, go back, above it will be the video showing you how to make the swing card. So I am going to now get on and actually decorate this and make it into a completed project. So I'm going to pop the actual swing card to one side for the moment, and I'm going to get out some patterned papers. And I've got some papers from this lovely Paper Mania Festive Frolics collection. I used this before for another card and I really like it. It's got some very diverse sort of patterning in it and colours, but they all sort of go together really well. And this time I've picked out these four and I think they're really, really nice. And to actually decorate and cover the card, we're going to be using this pattern paper here. So I am going to grab those two, and I'm going to grab a trimmer. I'm going to take that one away for the minute because I don't need that first. I'm going to grab my trimmer, and the first thing I want to do is trim this, making sure it's the right direction, to 7 inches tall, because I want to cover, if we look at my swing card, I want to cover this section and this section with this pattern paper. Now, I did this card very specifically to 7 inches by 5 and 7 by 5 again, so it makes it a bit easier when we do the cutting for the pattern. So I know it's 7 inches high, so we know we want the trees obviously that direction. So the first thing we need to do is just cut the height. Okay, so that's my 7 inches for there. That should sit just fine across. Yeah, it's going to fit fine. So what we need to do is cut that to fit to length as well. So the length of this is A4, so that's a bit of an odd one. So it's about 11 inches and 5/8. So let's just cut that to 11 and 5/8. There we go, so that's going to fit across that perfectly. So then what I want to do is I want to cut this at 5 inches from both sides. So taking this over, I want to cut it to 5 inches. Because I don't want it to go over the fold. I think it's easier to stick it down up to the fold rather than actually over the fold. So that's going to be fine for there. And then we want to go 5 inches from this side. Like so. So that will be our middle, just a little piece in the middle there on each end. So top and bottom, just so it's nice and neat. Obviously this middle section will go. And then this piece is for the front here. And it may be that we'll, because of where the folds are, we're going to have to trim just a little bit back on the sides there, but that'll be fine. So then what we're going to do is we're going to keep this piece to one side, but then we're going to take these two pieces and we're going to use the same die, and we're just going to cut out our piece from there. So the easiest way to do that and line it up is just to pop that there, so that it's slightly over from where the line is cut already, so we can see it, and then hold that in position so it's lined up, and then just stick a little bit of tape on each side, and then we know it's in the right position. Now obviously I can't do the other side yet because we've only got one half die. So then we're going to take my platinum, and I'm going to use my magnetic mat, and then we have a cutting plate, then the card. So actually I didn't really need to tape it, although it's probably safer, just because by the time we get it to the plates it probably would have moved. And then just run that through, Oh, big crack. And take that, gently take the tape off. And then we've got a little bit extra there now. And then this should fit like so onto our, whoops, it's caught on there, but we'll be able to stick it down so that it's covering that front panel up nicely. So that's that half. So then we're going to do the second half like that. Okay, so that's that piece done. Okay, so I've stuck all those down and that looks really nice. So all I did for that was I cut away there and away from there's that middle section, and then I just stuck those two pieces down. You need to be careful when you put them down that you can still bend it, so just make sure that it sits okay there so that the bends still work, the folds. But that's that bit done. So now what I want to do is put a panel on here on both sides, and I've got, for that I'm wanting to use this gorgeous holly paper. I think that would look really, really pretty. And I think what we'll do is we'll just mark up by hand the size and then we'll stick it on. So it's that wide, so let's cut that first. Yeah, that should be fine. So then we want to just reverse that and then mark it to the side. One. And then I'll do it from the top so that we know that we've got a straight line. And then two. So then let's just cut those two. What I wanted was a little bit of that cream around the edge just to make it pop, because otherwise it was kind of disappearing into the background of the trees. So let's just put this piece down, and I'm just using my tape pen for all of this. I stuck on the other pieces as well because it's just a nice light paper. So then we'll pop that down. Like so. That looks really nice. So then we want to do the opposite side. So I'm just going to flip it like that because that makes it easier to see. Okay, so again, just taking my tape pen. Okay. So that's that piece done as well. So you can just see how that looks really pretty, I think. So I've got here this cute little reindeer die, baby reindeer it's called, and I'm going to cut that using this green stripe paper from the same collection. But he's also got a little scarf, so I'm going to do the pink in the scarf, or the scarf in the pink, and also separately, a separate die was just these little swirls, sort of little kind of like ribbons, I guess. So I'm going to cut those in pink and the green and just sort of put those around. Okay, so I've got my magnetic plate here and my two cutting plates. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the magnetic plate, one cutting plate, these bits of paper underneath, and then put my two pieces of paper on, and then my reindeer on that one, and then I'm going to put that right in the corner there so that I've got room for the scarf. In fact, I want to put him down there as well, so I've got room for some of those ribbons in green. And then I'm going to put my cutting plate on top and then just run that through my platinum. There we go. Now before we take it apart, what I like to do especially when I don't know the machine yet. So I haven't, we did the plain dies from the tattered lace and it cut fine one pass, but this is more intricate, so we want to just check that it's cut before we allow it to separate, because if you take the plates off and it hasn't cut, you'd have to start again because it'd be really hard to put it in position. But as you can see, look, it's cut beautifully. So there's no problem there at all. So here he is. Obviously he hasn't got his little nose or his little hoofs yet. We'll take those from the pink, but he looks really cute, I think, so we'll pop him to one side for the minute. And then my ribbons are really fine, actually. They're much finer than I thought. And they're just falling out, actually. I'm trying to show you them, and I was picking them up and they're just popping onto the table below. So there's just a couple of them, so I'll pop those out and we'll do those again in green as well, and I'll come back to you in a minute when this is all cut. Okay, so that's all our pieces cut, so now we want to pop them onto our actual little card here. So we've got the pink reindeer, but I think I'm going to be using the green one, and obviously what I want to do, I'm just wondering whether it would sort of offset and make it kind of like a shadow, which I thought would look kind of cool. And then just taking my second little chap here and just very lightly offsetting it, just so that it, I don't know, it just gives it a nice sort of a bit of extra depth, I think. There we go. And then when we do his scarf, I think we'll do the pink scarf here. So we'll just pop the pink scarf on his neck here. So for that, I'm just going to use a bit of my Cosmic Shimmer again. Looks really cute. And then I've got his nose and the little feet, which I think now might stick in because we've got the offset, so we might just get away with that, just to stick his nose in. There we go. And then his little hoofs. Isn't that cute? And then what I'll do is put a bit of glossy accents on his nose when he's stuck down, but I think he should be stuck down with 3D glue gel. So before we stick him down, I want to go over to this side, and this was a piece that we'd cut when I was doing my demonstration for the platinum, and I thought it goes really well actually with the green, and it will just give us a nice sort of decorative panel on the back here that people could write their sentiment on, etc. So I'm just going to, using my Cosmic Shimmer like so. And so then that goes like that. So I think that looks good. And then we've got our little ribbon pieces as well, which I want to put around my little chap here. So I'm going to position him. There we go. So it's just a little bit in each of the corners. So we'll stick those down, and they're just delicate. They're not anything too strong. And I'm just going to use my Cosmic Shimmer glue here, like so. So that just adds a little detail. It's very delicate. You can really not see very much, you know, until you get a bit closer, but you can just see it's there, and it just adds a little something. And I probably add some stickles or something to them just to make them sparkle out. So then what we want to do is just take my little reindeer here and add to the back of him some pin flare glue like that, and then we'll pop him down in position, just kind of central on that square, like so. So he's just got a very slight lift, not anything too massive, just a little bit. Okay, so now just to finish off, I'm going to take some lime stickles and I'm going to add some stickles to his nose here and to his little hooves, and then I'm going to add stickles to these ribbons just to give them a bit of extra oomph. Okay, so let me just show you those, and they're pretty, so sparkly, and then on his nose as well, so it's kind of cute. And then I've got these gorgeous pink gems and these lovely kind of water sparkle water droplet things, and I just thought it'd be fun to pop some of those just around on the card. So I'm going to take the bigger ones first, if I can get them off, and put those one in each corner there, and then just a few of the smaller ones just about. And then some of the little pink ones as well, just to, there we go. Just one more thing, I think he needs a bit of stickles on his antlers, like so. There we go. I think that finishes that off just nicely. So there is our completed card, and hopefully you can just see those little water droplets just add, and the little gems on there just to add a little extra something, and then in the corners there as well. So that's that, and I'm going to very carefully, and that's the back where they can write their sentiment. So there is our swing card. So I hope you've enjoyed making this project with me. I hope you like the finished result, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.